Hey everyone, it's Christian from SuperKamiGuru9000, and I have a really awesome interview today. I have Donald from I messed that up. JohosafatsStudios. I'm sorry, man, I can't say your name. It doesn't really matter what it's called because it's amazing, and you do Naruto reviews that are animated. And how would you describe it?
I call them like mini manga reviews. I used to call them crappy cartoons because they're really bare bones and simple. And like you look at the reviewing spectrum out there, like everyone and their brother now, thanks to the beauty of the internet, can go out and post their opinions and their theories on anything, like in this case manga. And you look at a lot of guys like you or For Never World, you guys do like the good standard 5 to 6 minute reviews. You recap the chapter, you analyze it, you post some theories, you raise some questions. Real good in-depth review. Then you have guys like King of Lightning. They give 15-minute long reviews where he analyzes every detail. He poses every possible theory. He puts out every question. What could this do? Might it be this? How does that affect that? Does that clash with previous characterization? And I look at all that and I thought, well, you know, there's not a lot of short reviews, so why don't I try making really quick short reviews that are animated because it's a little more fun. You get little stick figure guys in there. It gets a little more interesting. It makes up for being so short.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember the first time I saw your channel, you've been doing this for like, what, about a year now?
Just over a year now, yeah.
Just over a year. I remember watching your stuff, and I'm a member of the Cloud Village. It's a collab channel where we all just get together and just do Skype calls and, you know, throw up random conversations. It's me and a bunch of other manga reviewers and other people that make videos on YouTube.
Yeah. Isn't King of Lightning in that too?
Yeah, it's me, King of Lightning, Ramyaka Joten, Ubri Kari, Manga Reader Z, Master King JC. There's a bunch of people. GT the King, you know, everyone's in there. And I remember showing them all your videos. I'm sure some of them have seen them before, but a majority of them had never seen them. And I remember, like, all of us went to one of your videos and just thumbed it up. And I was like, that guy needs to get noticed. And everyone's like, yeah, absolutely. And we all, like, thumbed up your video. And I think it went up, like, 200-300 views the next day. And I was like, exactly. That guy needs some more exposure. And that also was...
Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. I just, you know, everyone complains about everyone doing the same thing. And then you're a perfect example of not doing the same thing. And then no one's like, yeah, look at that guy. And I'm like, what's up with the follow through? Does everyone like just to be angry, or like, do they not want to see solutions to these problems that everyone poses? So you definitely need more exposure. Absolutely.
I think one of the main reasons that I don't have as much exposure is that because I make them animated, it takes me a long time. I mean, like, a lot of people will get their chapter reviews out on the same day. I don't get mine out usually till, like, if the chapter comes out Wednesday, mine usually aren't done until Monday. So that's a big problem for me, is the time. The production time just takes me so long that that's the thing about manga chapter reviews. No, they're in the moment kind of a thing, because by the time the next chapter comes out, nobody really cares about the reviews of the past, so I have to really hurry and try to crank it out. But by the time I finally get it out, the next chapter sometimes comes out the very next day.
Oh, yeah, especially when they're early. Like, all of a sudden it comes out on Sunday night, and you're like, damn it.
I know. That used to be a big problem for me. Like, my videos now are generally about a minute long, but I know it doesn't sound that much better. They used to be maybe like 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but it took me a long time to storyboard it, to draw it out. Sometimes I'd change my mind as I was working on it, so I'd have to go back and change. That was a big problem for me. I'd have to take a few hiatuses because I just got too consumed in trying to do the videos, and I fell behind in, like, school and work. So it's like, nope, I have to stop now. I have to go do other important things. But now I've, like, streamlined my process. I've gotten out a system better, so now I can really crank them out better and get them done on time.
It just goes to show you the more you do something, the better you'll get at it.
There you go.
Something we were talking about before we started this interview, but it's so true. Like, I find I'm better at getting my ideas out than I've ever been in my life because I make so many videos talking in front of a camera now. It's amazing what, like, just practicing a process over and over will do. And I'm sure you with animation, it's the same thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm sure you're like a badass animator now that could actually, I'm not saying you don't have marketable skills, but I'm sure you're becoming closer to the level of where you could actually support yourself doing this.
That is my dream, to one day make these videos for a living. I want to do, like, manga reviews. I'm doing some movie reviews, too. It's like maybe in the future I can go to conventions or whatever.
Dude, we already go to conventions, and we get noticed, not by many people, but by a few people. Like, we'll have people run up to us when we're doing interviews at our convention videos or con videos, and people will be like...
I saw the one we did last time of, what was it, Dragon Con?
Yeah, we just got back from that 2 weeks ago. It was great. It was like an adult playground. It was like Halloween for a whole weekend, and everyone was drunk. It was very awesome.
That sounds like a party I went to a few years ago.
Yeah, dude, it was amazing. Everyone go check out that video, link below. And yeah, but anyway, besides that, dude, I'm sure like you're really getting close to actually supporting yourself with this and being like a full-time animator, which me, if I could be like a video personality or a cameraman full-time, I think like that'd be a dream come true, because I love camera operation and I love like, you know, doing this YouTube thing. It's great.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's like it's the golden age of Hollywood all over again now. It's like it's available. The technology is out there. The people with ideas can get their stuff going. I mean, look at like Angry Birds. Some guys from, I think they were in the Netherlands or something, made that game, and it's boomed worldwide. They could have never done something like that before this, and now, like you and I, we make video. You and I are from the different ends of America here, and here we are chatting online about a comic from Japan, and this video will be seen from people in Europe. It's like, that's so amazing how it connects people like that, and enables such opportunities that were never present before.
Yeah, the media industry kind of like crumbled there for a few years, and then like is now like rebuilding itself on this whole new platform of distribution. Like music almost died before they realized they just had to, until iTunes came along, you know, like, and now we're getting to this cool point where our name is just as big as like Apple's. Well, not necessarily, but it has the same audience it could reach technically. Donald, how exactly did you get into drawing and taking on, you know, this medium of expression?
I've been drawing all my life, ever since I was a little kid. In fact, when I was about 3 or 4, I actually got my hands on a Sharpie and started drawing all over the walls. I scribbled all over my dad's new boots. He was taking a nap. I drew like one of those dead man outlines around him and all that stuff. I'm too young to remember it, but I'm told the look on my mother's face when she saw it was just priceless. I remember my uncle always used to tell me that story.
Dude, that sounds amazing. So, like, as soon as you found that Sharpie, you were like, yeah, that's it. That's what I want to do.
I've always been drawing and stuff. Like, for the idea behind, like, this kind of, like, the slideshow animatic style video, though, kind of got me going from, there's a website called The Escapist. They make videos about, and people about, like, video games and stuff, but there's a lot of guys in there, like, Yahtzee, Movie Bob. There's a group called Extra Credits, but they moved to a different site. They all did this kind of thing, but it's all about video games and movies. And I thought, that's really cool. I want to do that. And I thought, well, hey, I want to talk about manga, so bring that over here. There's really no cartoon reviews of manga, mainly because animation takes so much time. But I thought, I want to bring that to this kind of community.
No, absolutely. And like I'm saying, man, you're so original. It's just so ridiculous. Like the idea that you sit down and like come up with that script every week. Me and Corey used to script out all of our videos, but we were running into the exact same problem you were talking about, coming out too late. And it'd take us like 2 days sometimes to script out our videos, or it would take us like a good 2-3 hours to write like an awesome, funny script. And then we were like, whatever, let's just talk in front of the webcam. That's what everyone else does. And in some ways, I'm kind of sad because it's like our quality went down in the sense that like we don't spend as much time preparing, but we're also way more comfortable in front of a camera. I think that a lot of that was us being, you know, nervous in front of a camera, so we wanted to write down our ideas beforehand.
Right. Well, that's the thing. Each style has its own good side and bad side, its own pros and cons. I mean, like with me, like I said, I have to write a video, I have to storyboard it, then I have to draw it, I record it. By the time I put it out, it's all finished and polished, but it doesn't come out for several days later. Like with you guys and a lot of the other guys, you do like really off the cuff, natural. You catch a lot of real feeling from there. Like when I go and tell, like, oh, it had me so angry. Well, gee, you sound real angry there, pal. But if we were to go real off the cuff, like, oh God, can you believe they did that?
Yeah,
it's more natural. You get real reaction from it, so it has its benefits.
And a lot of people are carrying that emotion from just reading it, because I'm sure the faster you come out, the more views you get. Let's just be honest. That's just the way it works, you know? And if you don't like that, that's like a true fact of the anime community right now. I don't know, in my opinion. If you don't come out fast, you don't get as many views.
Exactly.
Because the audience disappears. It just like peaks on Wednesday for like maybe 12 hours. And if your videos don't come out in that window, it'll severely hurt your views. And yeah, and it's kind of sad because it's not about who has the best. It's who has the fastest, and then within the fastest, who has the best.
Well, that's kind of like I said before, the nature of it, because it's a chapter, a weekly chapter. You know, it's like, okay, well, you better review it quickly because the next one coming, and then that's all we're going to care about.
Yeah, and you know, some series, like in my personal opinion, I think One Piece is kind of hard to read week to week. Like I'm like, damn, it takes so long to come out, and like nothing happens. It's just a bunch of people being like, oh no, because
Yeah, definitely. I love One Piece, but that is a major flaw because there are so many characters at one time. Especially like not just reading it, but for me drawing it, because then I got to draw all of them at the same time. It's like, okay, I got to try and balance the composition. How do I fit all the people in here?
Yeah, that's the thing. We always make a joke that there's always 3 stories in every One Piece chapter. At least 3 stories. We're like, oh, okay, that's what Sanji does. Okay, that's what Luffy does. And oh shit, what was Zoro doing? You know, and you're
He
just
was sleeping.
Yeah, he was sleep. Exactly. He was sleeping. But the point is, yeah, One Piece has got so much going on, and sometimes, you know, you're reviewing it and there's not that much there, you know. Even though there's 3 different stories, it's like nothing really happened. Like, oh, they ran down the tunnel a little bit more, and he kicked a guy.
Seriously.
Dude, that's what I really like about the way you intro your videos. You always you kind of get the summary out in like 2 sentences. I don't even know how you do that sometimes.
I kind of, for the manga, I try to break it up into 3 or 4 sentences of like, okay, look at what happened. With One Piece, that's actually works a little better because, like you said, it's 3 storylines, so I can summarize each one in one sentence. Like, okay, Sanji and them did this, Luffy's over here doing that, Zoro fell asleep in a hole, then that the other, and then that's how it happened. But like for movies, it usually takes like a little more. But like for the manga, I can usually summarize it in just a quick little blurb because of I try to. It is a bit of a struggle sometimes to break it down into its most simplest form while still doing it justice. Because it's like you don't want to be too simple because you miss out on important things. But at the same time, I don't want to go on talking on too long because I want to try and get to the next part.
Do you have any inspirations? How about within the anime community, but like larger ones? Like me and Corey, we really pull from the Angry Video Game Nerd and the Guy with Glasses. Those are like 2 of our true inspirations. Yeah. And so do you have any like beyond YouTube inspirations? And who are the people within the community you like?
From beyond YouTube inspirations, like I said before, definitely Zero Punctuation, made by a guy called Yahtzee. My video is really styled after his. I really love his sense of fast-paced humor. He talks about video games. I'll talk about other stuff. But within the YouTube community, I really like Sawyer does good because like he'll edit his videos, so it still has a lot of natural tendencies and natural reactions, but at the same time he structures it a bit better. He'll cut out a lot of the uhs and the ums, and he has a better flow.
Yes.
And he'll throw a gag or 2.
Absolutely.
So that's always good.
Yeah.
Another guy I actually like is it's the phone 999. I think it's 999. I can't remember 3 numbers. I like him because he rants about every little thing, and it's pretty funny. I like it. A lot of people give him hate. Like you'll see his videos, it'll be half and half on likes and dislikes. But I like his videos because he just goddamn, can you believe what they did?
He's definitely got a personality. There's no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
When you watch, you know you're watching a phone video. And so, have you ever contacted the Zero Punctuation guy and told him about your videos? Because you know, now that you mention that, I really see the similarities. In no way do I mean that in a disrespectful way. I can definitely see it.
Yeah. I have not. He doesn't really care much for Japanese media, and he's just so big that he'd probably never see it anyway. And even if he did, he doesn't really care much for Japanese media, so it probably wouldn't mean much to him. It's like, oh, blimey, another freaking wanker from the States, no less, making fun of me and my stuff. I'll pursue you, you bloody yank.
Well, you know, I think as long as you keep zero and punctuation out of your name, you'll be fine. What is the
but I'll try.
What is the inspiration for your name or your studio's name?
JohosafatsStudios. Jehosaphat's comes from the phrase "jumpin' Jehosaphats," which means like surprise, like jumpin' Jehosaphats. Did you see the size of that thing? It's an older term, but I always liked it. I used to watch a lot of shows with that in it, and my family didn't really use it much. But like when my mom was pregnant with my little sister, my dad and I used to joke because we were still trying to pick a name for her. Like, oh, can we name her Jehosaphats? And I'm like, no, we are not calling our little girl Jehosaphats. But I liked it, and it's a unique name. Because like finding a name unique that you can get online is really hard now because everybody picks everything.
Oh, absolutely.
So like it's a unique name, it sticks with you, and so few other people will use it. I think like I've only seen 2 other Jehosaphats names being used.
Oh, me and Corey, when we watched your first video, or I probably saw one and then took it to Corey and was like, you got to watch this, dude. And when we saw that and we read your name, we were both laughing out loud because I didn't catch that the first time. I was like, Jehosaphats, because it's really interesting. It is pretty original. And you're right, everyone on the internet's taken everything already. Can you believe I couldn't get Goku? I was really pissed about that.
I can't believe it. I'm amazed you could even get like what you have now, a Luffy Gear 9000, and then you call yourselves the SuperKamiGuru9000.
Yeah, that's kind of like a long story, but we used to have a SuperKamiGuru9000 page, but it got shut down. So
Yeah, I saw that before. I was like, how come they're going Luffy Gear? Did they have another channel that said shut down? I'm like, oh yeah, YouTube was mean to them.
Yep, YouTube is mean. So, you know, that's just the nature of the beast sometimes.
YouTube giveth, YouTube taketh.
Yeah, that's so true. It took it away, that one, unfortunately. Yeah, dude. Well, hey, JohosafatsStudios, Donald, thank you so much for coming on, man. It was a real pleasure talking to you, and I hope people go check out your channel.
Well, thank you for having me. I hope so, too.
Yeah, dude. We'll make it happen. We'll get you big in no time. Okay, well, until next time, everyone, SuperKamiGuru9000, out.